Living between Wednesdays, just trying to get by to the next fix. Living between Wednesdays, prefer the comics over the Netflix.
What's up, folks? I'm your host Konrad on Wednesday Night Reviews, and from superheroes to average Joes, here's what I read this week. So I got to check out Crown and Anchor Volume 1, which is a graphic novel you can get in the links down below. It's a really fun story. So Crown and Anchor, I expected ships and maybe some pirates, something like that, and that's pretty much what I got, except it was very much steampunk, which took on a really cool look for me. So when I first cracked open Crown and Anchor Book 1, Legends No More, I really didn't know what to expect. The cover is pretty simple, straightforward, lets you know kind of what you're in for. I expected kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, because that's sort of the limit to my pirate knowledge. But I got so much more. So Crown and Anchor follows Heb and Mocht. They are two bounty hunters who are sailing the seven seas and just trying to live life, make a little bit of dough, be comfy, and, be happy. All of a sudden, they're chilling and the ship goes haywire, and out of nowhere, a giant battle cruiser, triple cannons on the front, pops up, and it looks like a modern warship made of steel that you might see from, one of our modern military. And that threw me for a loop, because Mocht and Heb, their ship is like a single-masted pirate ship. And they get boarded by this military, and basically, they're like, this military comes up to them and is like, well, you got the wrong flag, there's clearly no paperwork, who are you, or we will sink you. What happens next to them is they basically get thrown overboard to be eaten by sharks. Thankfully, our dynamic duo is a little more handy than your average Joe, and they basically kill the sharks and swim off. And what gets interesting is, they make it to shore, they pick up new clothes, they're all happy, a little sad about the loss of the ship, of course, but they're alive. And out of nowhere, they run into the same officer that basically downed their ship, and they start following him, and they're like, what, we're going to kill this guy. We got him. We'll take revenge. We'll steal his ship maybe, and we'll head out. And what I loved, and what I wasn't ready for, was the fact that when they confront him in his office, he's waiting for him. And we're like, okay, so he's smart, he's cunning, this is going to take more than just, a little stab in the back. By the way, our protagonists might not be the best of people. And he hires them to track down the guy that's kidnapped his wife and take her back. It is absolutely an unexpected sort of start when it comes to like the technology, the world it builds, as well as our protagonists. Honestly, I'm all in for it. What I love is you can get this in the links down below, but in 10 days, on October 12th, the Kickstarter for Volume 2 comes out. So hurry now, get moving, and you can get in on this to get it kickstarted. I absolutely love the art. It's highly detailed. Everything is a little flamboyant. The jacket collars, as seen here, are very wide. Classic pirates hats, big feathers. It really feels fun. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of something like maybe Treasure Planet meets almost, for some reason, Fallout. I get that kind of vibe, when it comes to how the world works and things like that. The art itself is done in black and white, so there's no color to the book, and it is very detailed. I love the faces in this book. They have taken a lot of time to make people highly distinct, and obviously because it's not in color, you really need to be, so a little nod of the hat to manga there. But every character just pops. They're very interesting, and some of the best characters have got to be the background characters. If you really look, their expressions and what they're doing, it's a lot of fun. The writing is also really good. They very quickly get you to understand they get you to understand the types of characters that Mocht and Heb are. They have very expressive language for these two. They're I don't know if I'd call him an employer. The person who's making them go get his wife has a very specific way of speaking, and that carries throughout, right? Each character not only looks distinct, but speaks distinctly, and it really has a flow and helps build this world that you're suddenly in. Overall, Crown and Anchor is a joyride. I absolutely loved the first book. I cannot wait for the second book. Again, Kickstarter, 10 days, October 12th. You can check it out down below. Get in on it. Let's make this second book a reality, because you are going to love Crown and Anchor Book 1, and you're going to want in on Book 2. Crown and Anchor Legends No More is written by Toben Racicot and illustrated by Alaire Racicot. It's actually a Canadian-made and published book, which is awesome. Again, links down below where you can get a copy, as this is a small indie comic, so you'll have to go directly to the creator to get it. For everything else of your comic needs, as always, check out your local comic book shops. If you're in the Toronto area, Silver Snail, The Beguiling, and of course for graphic novels, check out the Sidekick Comics, because they'll also give you a great cup of coffee. If you're in my hometown, St. Catharines, or in Niagara, you gotta check out Sketchbook Comics. They are my home away from home. That's where I get all of my comics that I like to read on a daily basis. So absolutely, guys, check them out. And remember, read more comics.
Golden age to present, digest to oversize. Never miss new comic day, yeah, no surprise. So where's my no prize? Check the letter columns. Can't find issue 2? Yeah, collector problems, cliffhangers, mysteries, you need answers. When did Batman become Green Lantern? I get it, true believer, not lying. Always up for an awesome summer crossover time.